Hello and welcome. We're back in Genesis chapter 32, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with the chapter heading. Jacob sees angels. He asks God to preserve him from Esau, for whom he prepares presents. He wrestles all night with a messenger of God. Jacob's name is changed to Israel. He sees God's face. He sees God face to face. Verse 1. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. Verse 2. And when Jacob saw them, he said, This is God's host. And he called his name of that place Mahanaim. Verse 3. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother, unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. Verse 4. And he commanded them, saying, Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau, thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed there until now. Verse 5. And I have oxen and asses, flocks and men servants and women servants, and I have sent to tell my lord, that I may find grace in thy sight. Verse 6. And the messengers returned unto Jacob, saying, We came to thy brother Esau, and he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him. Verse 7. And Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided his people that was with him, and the flocks and herds and the camels into 2 bands. Verse 8. And he said, If Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape. Verse 9. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, and the God of my father Isaac, the Lord which said unto me, Return to thy country and thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee. Verse 10. I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies, and of all the truth which thou hast shewed unto thy servant. For with my staff have I passed over this Jordan, and now I am become 2 bands. Verse 11. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he shall come and smite me, and the mother with the children. Verse 12. And thou says, I will truly do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. Verse 13. And he lodged there that same night, and took of that which came to his hand, and a present for Esau his brother. Verse 14. 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams. Verse 15. 30 milk camels with their colts, 40 kine, and 10 bulls, and 20 she-asses, and 10 foals. Verse 16. And he delivered them into the hand of his servants, and every drove by themselves. And he said unto his servants, Pass over before me, and put a space betwixt me, betwixt drove and drove. Verse 17. And he commanded the forest, saying, When Esau my brother meeteth thee, and asketh thee, saying, Whose art thou, and whither thou goest, and where are these before thee? Verse 18. Then shalt thou say, They be my servants, then they be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto the Lord, my lord Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. Verse 19. And so commanded he the second and the third and all that followed the droves, saying, On this manner shall ye speak unto Esau when ye find him. Verse 20. And say ye moreover, Behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us, for he said, I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterward I will see his face. Peradventure he will accept of me. Verse 21. So when the present went over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. Verse 22. And he rose up that night and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jabbok. Verse 23. And he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. Verse 24. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day. And there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day. My bad. Verse 25. And when he saw that he and he had prevailed not against him, he touched the hollows of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of the joint, and he wrestled with him. Verse 26, and he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. Verse 27, and he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. Verse 28, and he said, Thy name shall no more be called Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. Verse 29, and Jacob asked him, and said, Tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, Wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. Verse 30, and Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. Verse 31, and he passed over Penuel. The sun, as he passed over Penuel, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Verse 32, Therefore the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh, unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank. That was the end of Genesis chapter 32. We're going to head into Genesis chapter 33, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Before we close, actually, let's review the chapter just a little bit. Jacob is informed by some of his servants that Esau has a company of 400 men, and they are coming to meet Jacob. And Jacob splits up his party into two and he's preparing a gift for Esau. And we're going to head into Genesis chapter 33.